What's going on, everybody? My name is Tenebris Infinite and welcome back to Generation Zero. March's updates, patch notes are out today, and this is honestly one of the biggest changes that we've seen come to this game so far. This is absolutely massive, my dudes, and I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be very happy with what's come in this update. In this update, we've seen the introduction of crafting. Even though in its original form here, it is kind of simple in comparison to what crafting can fully be. Crafting is still here, and I am just so excited to finally see it get introduced to the game. We'll be talking about it and more in just a minute here. But on top of that, they've added an inventory update that is going to totally change the way inventories work in this game. And this is an insanely massive change to the game. I feel like it's going to make inventories much easier to manage and also just a little bit more familiar to players in general. And then on top of that, we've seen some changes to the starter island again, and also we've seen the introduction of new difficulty options so that you can design the game to the way that you want it to be played. We're going to be talking about all of this and more throughout this video here. So let's start with the developer letter from the team. So it goes, "Happy anniversary. It's been a year since our journey on Generation Zero began, and we're so happy that you're here with us for this milestone. This major update brings with it some brand new features that we based off of a variety of player feedback that appeared since launch. Like many of the features that get suggested from you, we also had our own ideas for how we wanted to improve the game. And the great part is many of them overlapped or worked beautifully together, creating impactful changes. So what did we add for our anniversary? Well, first and foremost, crafting. Something that we wanted to add for a while and something that many players felt would be an improvement is the ability to craft items. With this update, we're taking our first steps into allowing you to craft things within the world. As this is only the beginning, we're starting small, but we'll continue to add elements to this feature as time goes on, so let us know what you'd like to see. Specifically in this update, we're introducing the first iteration of the crafting system, adding bonus stats to any of your apparel. Now you can apply a bonus to your favorite outfit so you can be both stylish and combat ready. We've created a handful of potential bonuses for your clothing, including explosive damage resistance or a noise reduction bonus. You'll need the schematics to learn how to craft these improvements, as well as the proper materials, which can all be found throughout the world. You'll find them inside houses, in containers, or drop from the machines. Recycling your old equipment is also another great way to get some crafting materials, which is huge. I think the ability to recycle our old equipment is a massive bonus to a lot of us players that have a lot of external inventory. I've been giving away most of my guns, but I have this huge collection of them, and knowing that I can now take them and recycle them and turn them into valuable resources for my own play is a huge thing. It also means that now you'll be able to go through and loot various containers that you maybe would have ignored, and now utilize what is in those containers for your own crafting materials and breaking them down into further resources. So all in all, even though it is just small in its first iteration, having crafting being introduced is a massive change. And again, this is going to be something that the developers can build on and grow with for years to come, and it's something that will only be benefited by player feedback. So go on over to the forums, go to the Facebook, go to the Discord, go off to the developer streams, and let the developers know what you think about crafting, how you think it could be improved, what could be added, because all of this stuff will be expanded on for years to come. So next up, we've got an inventory update. And now this is a big change that I feel like people will either love or they won't love so much. But I feel like it's a welcome change myself. So, alongside crafting, we've taken the opportunity to give the player inventory a bit of a facelift. There was a lot of feedback around this one in various forms, and something we spent a bit of time thinking about how to approach. In the end, we looked for something that would be more convenient to use, easier to understand, and less technically complicated. Something that we think people will be used to and appreciate. Going forward, players will now have lists of items in categories, and your inventory will only be limited by item weight, no longer by number of items. Additionally, we've done away with the stack limitations, so you can more easily manage all of the items you have. Just like with crafting, this is new to you all, and we're very much open to your feedback on how it's working. So this is actually genuinely maybe even more massive of a change than crafting itself. Seeing the inventory get changed like this is welcome, but I'm very curious to see how this is all going to play out in the long run. We will definitely be needing to give player feedback based on things like ammunition count and all of that sort of stuff when this actually gets greenlit and goes live for all platforms. As of right now, this update is only live for PC players, but it will be going live for console players within the next couple days. So, definitely, if you're a PC player, let me know what you think about this new inventory update. But, moving forwards, a continued world revamp. As part of our ongoing work to make the world feel more alive, we've taken yet another pass at the beginning archipelago region and giving it quite the significant update. You'll see more named locations, more interesting world scenes, and more variety in the houses. This is just the start of how we want to continue to revamp parts of the world to make each region feel more distinct and play into a larger narrative. Something that we hope pulls you into the experience even more and excites you to keep exploring. And now next up, another thing that I feel will be potentially controversial, I'm not too sure, are some difficulty options. So the letter reads, we all know that there are plenty of different types of players out there, and we want to make sure we give our players options when it comes to their experience with Generation Zero, since not everyone plays games for the same reasons or in the same way. We decided to give players the option to choose the level of difficulty they want to face in the game. For example, some players like to play for the challenge of overcoming odds that are stacked against them, but other players prefer to explore the world we've built and experience it without combat getting in the way of that journey. With that in mind, we created options around not only the difficulty level, but also if you want the difficulty to scale if more players join your game. We feel that more options make for a better experience for you, whether you're going it alone or with friends. From today, you'll see 3 difficulty options for you to choose from, with the skirmish difficulty being the equivalent to the game's status prior to this update. The other 2 difficulties will either increase the combat challenge in guerrilla difficulty, or allow for more focus on the story over combat in adventure difficulty. Let us know how they feel. So first and foremost, I called it. I knew that the starter island was going to be getting some changes and that we were going to see some more variety in houses. I literally said that just a couple videos ago, so that's pretty crazy to see it actually happen. But on top of that, for the difficulty options, I hope that the difficulty options add some sort of a bonus to the player, some sort of a benefit. Like, as the difficulty scales up, you'll get the opportunity to earn more rare loot easier. Because I feel like just having difficulty increase arbitrarily isn't exactly the best way of doing difficulty in video games. I feel like there should be a risk-reward factor to a player increasing the difficulty. But let me know what you think about that. Do you think that these new difficulty options are welcome? Do you think that I'm potentially right with my thinking on difficulty, or do you think I'm wrong? Let me know in the comments down below. So the letter ends off here before the bug fixes with anniversary. As you can imagine, with any anniversary there is a celebration, and as you can guess, we want to celebrate with you all in Generation Zero. You'll see and hear more from us in the days leading up to our anniversary day on March 26th, so no sneak peeks this time. Stay tuned to our Twitter, Facebook, and forums to make sure you find out what's coming. You also can stay tuned to this space as well, because I'm definitely going to be covering whatever the anniversary event is going to be. But before we go, note that the upcoming update also contains a smaller bug fix list. As this was a major feature update for us, most of our time was spent implementing those features, but we did find time to jump on some of the more important issues. That said, with any new features, there are sometimes things we didn't catch with our testing. So if you see anything not working properly, let us know so we can sort it out. And lastly, thank you. We couldn't have done all of this without your support and feedback. We hope you continue to enjoy your time in Generation Zero as we enjoy improving the experience alongside you. Here's to a great continuation of 2020. Note, some of the last-minute fine-tuning and organizational challenges, we will unfortunately need to split up the patch release between PC and consoles. PC is live now, so if you're on PC, hop onto this and let me know what you think. But we expect the Xbox and PS4 patches to come out very soon after, by our anniversary at the latest March 26th. Stay tuned for more info in our channels. So definitely, if you're a PC player, pop on and let me know what you think of this update, because I really want to know some first-hand experiences and opinions. As for the console players, I am a little bit bummed out to say that this is split up between the various versions, but in the end, in light of everything that's been going on, I'm just happy to say that there is an update at all. Definitely, us console players will need to have just a little bit of patience before we can sink our teeth into this update. Now, let's go through the bug fixes really quick here, my dudes. So, for the UI, they fixed an issue where the hidden glasses would not appear in your inventory when you pick them up. Players that previously picked them up will see them in their inventory now. So that means Bunker's 666 glasses will actually be something that you can wear. That's crazy. They fixed an issue where not all instances of explodable tanks could be looted. They fixed an issue where a lockpick would be consumed even if the player had the correct key to a locked door. They fixed an issue where the interaction trigger location on skills was inconsistent. They fixed an issue where the worn leather gloves would obscure the player's view when aiming down sights. They fixed an issue where shotgun shells could sometimes get out of sync with the reload animation. They fixed an issue where the transition between standing and crouching would be instant when aiming with iron sights. For missions, they fixed an issue where the tank would not spawn in the last resort side mission. Then they also fixed an issue where the objective marker for the gas run side mission was in the wrong place. For the machines, they fixed an issue where the machine corpses would sometimes disappear before players could loot them, and they fixed an issue where the loot window would instantaneously disappear when looting machines, making it impossible to loot the machine. For the world, they've toned down the number of boomboxes that were spawning in the world, and they fixed an issue where there was a missing wall collision in the Bjortanet Spa. They fixed an issue where it was snowing inside the Baird Skapfrad underground facility. They fixed an issue where some loot containers at safe houses outside of a region were not spawning loot. And then they fixed an issue where some loot containers were not properly able to be interacted with. And lastly, for the world, they fixed a few instances of floating, untextured, or invisible objects, and in general, they fixed a few minor text errors. So, just as a final kind of part to this video, I really hope that update disparity will not be an ongoing thing that we see here in Generation Zero. I think that fostering the entire player base of Generation Zero is a valuable thing that we see in these updates. So, hopefully this is just in light of current events as opposed to being a thing that's going to be continually happening moving forwards. I do understand that the dev team develops on PC first and foremost and then kind of brings it over to the console platforms, but honestly I think that it's a valuable factor of this game, being able to have the updates roll out on all platforms at the same time. So for any console players that are potentially peeved that we don't get this update right away, trust me, I feel you on that. But in the end, just having patience for the team is first and foremost when it comes to the ongoing development of Generation Zero. So there you guys go. This is an absolutely massive update. It is changing so many metas of the game and introducing one of the most promising factors of potential that Generation Zero has, in which case it is immersing you into the world through crafting. So I really want to know what you guys think. Tell me all of your thoughts and all of your opinions in the comments below. You know I'm going to be down there chatting with you folks. As for Generation Zero's 1 year anniversary, I'm in the works on a pretty big video on that, so you have that to look forward to on March 26th. And as for all of the crafting stuff, I'm going to be covering the absolute heck out of it, so definitely stay tuned to this space for any sort of crafting tips and tricks or tutorials or any of that sort of jazz. But thank you so much for watching. You all have been awesome. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey throughout the past year, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.